And we're live with technical difficulties. Good morning, boys and girls, friends, lovers, children of all ages. You're live in downtown Denver, Colorado. And there's a courthouse. We're going to figure out where the jury comes in. We're going to greet them. Members of the public who come in today, who are not obviously identified as workers through their ability to swipe the badge, will be greeted as well. Would you like some information on what qualified immunity doesn't mean anymore, gentlemen? How about some information on the role of a jury? Would you like some information on what it means to be a juror, ma'am?
No. Oh, sorry.
Oh, do you think your little coffee cup is going to make my chalk go bad? That's the city attorney's office right there. God bless them. Whatever the timestamp is this morning, folks, you just have to know that one of the members of the city attorney's office tried to dump coffee. Oh, I should use my gimbal more effectively on my message, because this is a message protected by the Constitution of the United States of America and deemed important by the Supreme Court of the state of Colorado. Good morning, sir. Had to get that out of my mouth there, huh? That's okay. I'm disrespectful as well. This is information on juries. FIJA, the Fully Informed Jury Association. You have a right to not take a plea deal, not talk to the government, and demand a jury, a group of people who are your peers, to determine why you are here and whether your case is alleged to be worth the time and expense that it takes to prosecute somebody in the state of Colorado through the court system and the impacts and the modes that they use.
Well, this is what happened with me.
Well, now you got to know two things before you speak your word. The first thing you need to know is that I am live and people from around the world are watching my story. What you say on my camera can be used against you in a court of law. Okay? So what you need to know is what my message is. You have a right to a jury trial. You must demand a jury trial. And if you're not provided a public defender, you must pay $25 to protect your right to a jury trial. And you have to do that right away, right? Before you make any conversations with the government.
I have to get in there.
Well, the courts don't open actually to the public as of yet, just so that you know.
Oh, I already know.
But yeah, we're an hour and a half before the courthouse opens. So
they said at 7.
For jury, I thought, not for.
Not for regular.
Oh, good, good. So, what does the jury do? It invokes the wrath of the city attorney's office as they dump coffee on the concrete this morning. Okay, now you see that sign that went out the door? I'm highly concerned and contentious about that sign because it may be directing jurors off into another direction. So, folks, I'm going to go look for what's going on with that. And the thing that I have to be really careful about is to remember to take all my property with me, so that nothing is abandoned property since I'm out here by myself. All the things of tricks of these fuckers that we know. In the meantime, let's go for a walk. Hit the like and share. Okay, they're going in the opposite direction. So that's an important clue. A key sign this morning. Now, we'll take a moment to scan the property. And don't worry, we will be telling people that if they have their medical marijuana on them, they will have to show their medical marijuana ID to the security guards in order to be able to bring that in. Okay? The courts are open to the public today. People are showing up. What does the jury do? FIJA.org. There's nobody here to read to yet. Except for you fine folk on the television screen. And maybe 1 to 3 of you are Denverites. And then you could just come here and we would be able to jury nullify, educate, not nullify. Sometimes the jury needs to convict. Maybe sometimes the jury needs to be held liable. To know what their rights and responsibilities are. I guess I'm gonna do some more chalking. I think that's the right methodology right now. Two things we have to know. One is that we're being recorded at all times. So, folks, there's nobody here yet. The courts are supposed to be open. So even if it's a trial run, it's okay. We have to do these things. We have to be out here regularly and consistently. We have to make sure that. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Talk. Too Tall. The Fun Police is here. Oh, I like that name. Good job on that name. Oh yeah, let's just make sure we get all the full colors in this morning. Oh, the new setup is still working. Thank Jesus. I was worried that the hotspot was dying. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and lovers. Welcome to downtown Denver. Today, August 3rd, is supposed to be the beginning of jury pool selection for the people versus Brian Loma. But I'm proud to say that my case was dismissed. My case is now going to federal court, where we'll be exposing what's been going on in the city of Denver to suppress the voice of the people. The focuses of the city of Denver on members of Occupy Denver from the time that we began jury nullification and the fight through the Supreme Court to the Black Lives Matter round 2, if you will, in this post-COVID, post-George Floyd world. Today, we're outside the Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse, awaiting the presence of our jury, awaiting the presence of our defendants. We're here to remind all sides that this is supposed to be the place where justice is blind, and there should be some rules like maybe no victim, no crime. Or who's the actual victim? Is it the city and county of Denver, the Michael Hancock administration, the way that the city blatantly violates the rights of human beings over and over again, irregardless of whether the courts have, as Judge Barajas did right before retiring, rule the urban camping ban as an unconstitutional statute, or as the federal courts oversaw a relationship between the city and its people must be one that has some constitutionality, where the city's responsibility to the people, to the residents, to the Constitution is to clearly indicate at any given day and time, good morning, ma'am. Would you like some jury information? Thank you. Or at any given day or time, the people whose property might be stolen must be notified. It is quite possible that we might not have a jury pool yet. But as people come to the courthouse, they must know that if they are not guilty of a crime, if there was a crime that was not committed, or if there was no crime committed, or if the crime committed upon them was that in which it's the system that fails to do its job effectively, then it must be the courts who determine these things. So I'm going to save that little highlight, which I was trying to do. And I will say good morning to Jason Topa. That's right. Noli D, good morning, Morbid Angel. I like that. You did that, Morbid Angel. Please do not forget to share the CO Masquerade website to educate people. Joel? You know, I haven't even asked that question yet. Zombie enforcement, Big Rooster. Well, we're not post-COVID, but it's happened. So it's like post-zombie apocalypse. If it has happened. It's an occurrence in the world. We're not over it. We're never going to be over it. I think that's the message I'm coming with here. Mid-COVID, I need to change the name of it. Is that what you're telling me? In a mid-COVID world? That's a good idea. Good morning, ma'am. Have you ever gotten any information on the jury and their rights and role? Can I offer you a flyer? Thank you. Leave some out. Put away that. That's the interesting part of the situation here, is that we don't really know if the jury's coming today, but we're assuming that victims are coming today. Good morning, Word 'em Up. Hey, so I gotta ask everybody a question. Who's Stephen Tubbs? Anybody out there know who Stephen Tubbs is? Need to have a conversation about that. Good morning, sir. Would you like some information on the role of the jury? Your rights? $25 fee, $20, something like that. So, as we're going to come back to this, I want people to not be, Word 'em Up. He's a radio host. Okay. What is the most famous case of jury nullification? Well, it might not be Eric Brandt. I really don't know. Tim Strait, good morning. Yes, we are here with jury nullification this morning. We're here to educate people, the members of the public, on their role. We have to remember that qualified immunity for police officers is now a thing of the past. Is it not? No. Well, or to find you not guilty, to rule on the circumstances. Right? That's how I would pick the jury. Yeah, I would not pick a jury to blame me. I'd pick a jury that I might that might find me not guilty. Right? Especially if I'm not guilty of a rule of the Constitution of the country, right? Yeah, I got all of it. There you go. Good morning, sir. There's information on the jury. yellow flyers with know your rights on jury information. Like one.
Yes.
See that? Just know your rights as a jury information. See, the juror gets to use their conscience. The juror gets to say, I don't believe this is a crime. Or I don't think that the penalties are just because it ties a person up in the system for a 5-second emergency mistake. They didn't want to wet their pants and they're tied up for a year. Or maybe you just see that people are reading the flyers in front of them and you recognize that the work is good and true. The conscience. The conscience is the strongest tool of the juror. True or false? The conscience is the juror's biggest tool. Good morning, ma'am. Would you like some information on the role of a jury? Fantastic. I hope you get a chance to consider what the jury's role looks like in a post-immunity world. Thank you. When qualified immunity is gone, this is what we'll be singing our song. Joel, you're really on top of stuff. Good job. What is the role of a jury in a post-qualified Your jury rights. True or false? What rights do you as a juror have that the judge won't tell you about? Get your factual information today. www.fija.org or 1-800-TEL jury, Jury. True or false? When you sit on a jury, you may vote on the verdict according to your conscience. True, you said. And you're right. But then, why do most judges tell you that you may consider only the facts? That you must not let your conscience, opinion of the law, or the motives of the defendant affect your decision? In a trial by jury, the judge's job is to referee the event and provide neutral legal advice to the jury, properly beginning with a full explanation of a juror's rights and responsibilities. But judges only rarely fully inform jurors of their rights, especially the right to judge the law itself and vote on the verdict according to conscience. In fact, judges regularly assist the prosecution by dismissing prospective jurors who will admit knowing about this right, beginning with anyone who admits to having qualms with the law. We can only speculate on why. Disrespect for the idea of government of, by, and for the people. Unwillingness to share power. These are all important questions. Good morning, sir. We have some information on juries and their role in cases, if you'd like some, whether you're a defendant or a prospective juror, or maybe you work inside the government. You should remember the role of a jury, especially now that we are in a post-qualified immunity world. Whether you're going to serve on the jury. You see, the truth of the matter is, I was supposed to have trial today. I was supposed to be here facing our fair government and accusing them of malfeasance. But they knew I had them, and they wanted to tie it up. The temperature of these cases can take 3 to 6 years once a case is filed. I'm thinking about this case, actually, because I think I want to pull it out in the Eric Brandt tradition. There are some flyers set aside at a safe distance. The role of a juror is one of the most important roles in our government today, ma'am. Be educated. Know what is going on in the society around you. Get your jury information sheet today. Jury education has saved many a life. People wrongly convicted of murder and crimes. The role of a juror is the foundational principles this country was founded on. No representation, no taxation without representation literally means that if the people don't get to have a say over what goes on in their government, we are at a loss. The yellow sheets are jury education forms. Please feel free to consider what jury roles look like in a post-qualified immunity world. Sir, if you're here for jury service, those yellow sheets behind you have a lot of great information. But he's got a Colorado mask on. He's probably with the government. Did anybody share this? Maybe we should share some of our truckings. Huh? Let's do that. So most people probably aren't even coming into court today because they don't know. Whoop. Look at that. True or false? Oh, I should do this the normal way though, huh? Let's try to use the gimbal the way it was intended. Ooh. True or false? The conscience. The conscience is, there it is over there, is. Eyes are very clear. The conscience is the jury's best tool. Best tools. Right here. The crowd arises is beginning to attend to themselves. Oh, they're putting out cigarette spots. How nice of them. It really is a beautiful city. Good morning, ma'am. Did you get some jury information? There's some yellow sheets over on the sidewalk. Know your rights. What does a jury look like in a post-qualified immunity world? Did you bow out of jury service this morning, sir? Good morning. How are you today? Very good. Very good. Yeah, the chalk will wash off eventually. is good for educating people.
Yes, yes.
Have a good day. I thought they were going to wash my chalk away. I was not going to. They're cleaning up the city always. They are on the clock. That's why. People left their cigarette butts and their property behind last night. Good morning. If you're here as a defendant, or if you're here because you received a jury summons, yellow flyers are jury information sheets. Absolutely, we got a safe distance. Is the world that we live in. The jury has rights. One of those rights is to your conscience. Judges won't tell you that. That's one of the foundations of our Constitution and our country. Grab a yellow form today, please. There's some right here if you'd like one, sir. How's your day going this morning? Very good, thank you. The role of a jury is very important. It's the foundational principles of our country. No taxation without representation also means in the courthouse, the people have to say what's going on. Good morning, sir. How are you today? These yellow flyers are jury information sheets. True or false, the jury get to use their conscience. People walking into the building with books are definitely jurors. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. This gimbal is amazing, isn't it? It's just a nice, smooth pan. Nice day in the city. Did you get your jury information forms? Make sure that you know whether you're a defendant or called to serve on a jury. You're accused of a crime and you don't feel you committed it. You have the right to demand that it's committed. You don't feel like the punishment you want to avoid their control. All of these rights. Sure, when you're called to serve on a jury, you have the right to use your conscience.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Thanks. Such a beautiful view of the city, isn't it? See here, they don't like their flags getting turned upside down. Let's see if I can fix that back. So they got them way up high. You can't really get them down. It's all from the top mechanisms. So now I'm going to get chalk all over this. Isn't that beautiful? I have to clean my gimbal. Good morning. Have you gotten any jury information? Thank you. Good morning, sir. Feel free to grab a jury education form. Know your rights. If you stand accused, you have a right to a jury trial. All right, let's go back to chatting, huh? There's nobody here yet. It's still early because I got up at the butt crack of dawn. Oh, it's 7:41. Maybe the courts aren't actually open yet. Maybe people don't know they can come in, or maybe they're choosing not to because we're still in the middle of a COVID crisis. Thank you very much, Morbid Angel. I appreciate putting the masks up there. Joel, thanks for being in here. Please be nice to Janet, okay? Every human being has a right to take their own defenses. Still an hour ahead of you. Oh, that's funny. Time now for the morning dab? It's like 7:38. Jude, you're a little late in the game. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Kyle's case. They just kind of push things around. That's what they do, is they just shove us around. Just push things out. Take a year. Here's the deal. They offered me a 6 months, don't get in trouble and everything will go away clearance. 6 months. Think I can stay out of trouble for 6 months? I've been out of trouble for a year, but it took like 10 days after the first one to get arrested again. I don't know. We'll see. I'm 3-0 though. Truth of the matter is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here to serve the government, I have flyers. Consider what the role of a jury is. If you're to stand as the accused, consider what the role of a jury is. If you're here to serve on jury service, please get your education form and consider the role of a jury. Today I'm supposed to be on trial, but I'm 3-0 because I continue to demand a jury trial. And they continue to see that I've never actually committed a crime. What is the role of a jury in the world today? Now that police have lost qualified immunity. What is the role of a jury when we see that the system is broken? What is the role of the human conscience? What is the role of a jury today, folks? Get your jury information form. They're yellow and they're sitting on the concrete so that they can be safe distance. Whether you're the accused, whether you're a government employee, whether you're here to serve on a jury, the role of a juror is one of the most American traditions. No taxation without representation means that the money used by the government must be decided upon by the people if it's appropriate. If you are not aware of the role of a jury in society today, please grab a yellow form. Yellow forms will educate you about things like the role of the human conscience in the jury system of governance. Whether you are here because you are a defendant or whether you have been summoned to jury service, please get a yellow sheet and learn about the role of the jury today. I'm supposed to be at trial, but my 3 attempts at conviction by this government have all been dismissed by the government because they know that I have been innocent of committing any crime. The role of the jury is so important, and you, the public, must know that role. I say to you, good morning. If you're here to serve on a jury, I have a yellow form for you. These forms inform you of your rights. They are safe distanced so that you can become educated about the most American of roles in our government today. I'm supposed to be on trial, but for the third time, the government has dismissed my case because I've demanded that my peers judge me. The yellow forms are for your educational purposes. Please take one. As a summoned juror, you are the last bastion in our government. Please serve honorably and learn about your role. I think we have to take our flyers a little further down the line. Good morning. Please take your flyer. Know the role of a jury? You're not guilty of committing a crime or you've been called to serve on a jury. They are so important. I am 3-0 in 3 different arrests because the jury wasn't even given a chance to plan about my case. The jury is so important. Hey, you know, somebody sent me a keychain with recycle thing on it not too long, like a year ago or something. Also beautiful artwork. Unfortunately, I broke it. Good morning, sir. Good. I'd like to give you some of the most patriotic information I can give you today. The role of a juror is so important in our country today. To understand, that's what that is. I hope that you consider serving and that you consider the ability to use your conscience in the case. I was supposed to be on a jury trial today, and my case was dismissed by the government after a year of fighting. I filmed a cop. I was filming police officers, and they arrested me for it. Enjoy your day. Don't tell me anything online. Looks like a jury information sheet, ma'am. Thank you very much. Hey, sir. Hey, how are you today? You got juror information sheets. One role of a jury in our country today. All right. Thank you very much. I know you're a counselor. Thank you. You can always tell by how they respond. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's right. That is right. 3-0, folks. 3-0. Because I said, no, I want the jury to judge me. And they wouldn't even take me there. Life is good today, folks. Thank you all for being here. Word 'em Up TV, Mick Love, case dismissed, Mrs. Word. Gotta go get coffee. I could use some coffee. Didn't get that yet. Bye, y'all. Noli. Tin Lizzy, glad to have you all here this morning. Power to the people, Nick Love says. That's right. That keychain that I was talking about was beautiful. It eventually broke off my keys. Brian Hilton, good to see you this morning. And yeah, remember to keep those thumbs up. Remember to, Alpha Man, keep educating people on their rights. We're out here today with limited attention spans and limited presence. But the courts, people are arriving. They're here to do their work. Good morning, ma'am. Did you get a jury information sheet? The yellow sheets are for jurors, prospective jurors, residents of the United States of America. As citizens, it's important that we know the role of a jury and our responsibility as voting citizens in this country to make sure that our government is held accountable for the work that it does.
I just arrived from Mars.
Nice. I just had my case dismissed because I was filming police and I demanded a jury trial. So what?
I just got dismissed because it was canceled.
Yes, because it was bullshit, right?
I flew in for Mars for nothing.
Well, that's a, you know, you can hang out with the Earth people for a while. Maybe you'll teach us something. Peace be unto you as well.
He said you better vote.
I do, very regularly. Not happy about green crayons, the orange ones. Hey, I got whipped for orange crayons once. I told my dad I didn't have an orange crayon. I had red orange, I had yellow orange, but I didn't have orange. Rest his soul. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're the defendant in the case, whether you're here because you've been summoned for a jury service, I'd like to offer you a jury education forum. Know the role of a jury. My third case has been dismissed because I demanded jury trial. And because I was filming police, and they made rules about filming police that said you can't do that in certain circumstances, they refused to give me a jury trial after a year of being under arrest for filming police. The role of a jury is so important. Please know what it does. As a voting American, you have rights. If you're the accused, if you're here to serve on a jury, if you're the defendant, the jury is so important. It's the people holding the government accountable to the way we use our money, to the laws that we make, and to the ways that we prosecute and prostitute people. But I guess maybe America just doesn't care today. But you care, and you're here, and therefore we'll stay here. All the activists I told, come Monday morning. Yeah, you see, there's a difference in breaking windows and doing the work. I do the work. Good morning, folks. I have a seat for you. Information for the jury. You are here as accused, or if you're here because you've been called to serve on the jury, please know the role. It is the last station of the people holding the government accountable. Jury service, jury trial. They tried to arrest me for filming police, and a year later they dismissed my case because I demanded a jury trial. They still don't know if I was pretending or if I was attempting to film. All they know is that they thought I was filming. Morning, sir. The role of a juror is the most important American role in our world today. Well, the thing is that if you value, how long ago was that?
10 years.
I think you're 7 years that you're free and clear.
All right.
Consider it, because you know what your conscience is, and you know that if somebody's been persecuted unjustly, that you have an ability to say, fuck this shit, let's get the hell out of here. Enjoy the information.
Thanks, man.
Good morning, folks. Whether you're the accused, a member of the government, or you're here as a citizen of the United States of America, these yellow sheets represent your educational role to serve on a jury. And I want to make sure that we're real clear. Is that mask authorized, ma'am? Is that defacement of the American flag authorized for HSS security? As a government contractor, did you receive permission to deface the flag? Oh, that just pissed me off. If you're wearing an American flag that has any color of a stripe over it, it is defaced. I don't care if it's blue, red, pink. If it's not a red, white, and blue American flag, it's defaced.
That was a army dude, so I hate that crap too. I was like, get out of here, man.
My buddies taught me a lot. He was arrested for handing out these flyers in this space. Took three and a half years for the Supreme Court of the state of Colorado, and millions of dollars spent by the taxpayers fighting this right. Right?
That's bullcrap.
It's bullcrap, because we were educating people about a trial about jury notification and educating the jury. There was a death penalty case, and on that case they were pissed. The government was, because somebody could have gotten on that bench and said, well, I don't want death penalty, so if that's not an option to take it off the table, we're going to vote not guilty, because they would vote with their conscience. That's right. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. So I'll offer you the flyer. Whether you're here as the accused or whether you're here to serve on a jury, as a citizen of the United States of America, you have to know what the role of a jury is, and you have to preserve your right to a jury if you're the accused. The jury has the right to determine whether or not you should actually even be charged. So many of the cases that are charged are dismissed because somebody says, I'm taking it to jury trial.
Guilty. So I gotta go. I got this.
Okay. Well, now you know for next time.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Can I offer you a flyer, please? As an American citizen, the role of a jury is so important. And you need to know your rights, whether you're accused or whether you're an American citizen, here to answer the call. Thank you. My third case was dismissed because I demanded a jury. All three cases. Good morning, sir. I tell you that you are a very important human being right now. You're called to serve.
I'm already done. If I was in the situation, I have somebody like me.
Now listen, what you need to do is remember how you answer questions can get you kicked off the jury pool. So you have to be moderate and open-minded to the questions ahead of you. Good morning, counselor. Thinking about what jury service means in a post-qualified immunity world? What? Why did... Man, that's messed up, folks. Are you all on here? There's 54 of you. My clock says 5 minutes and 40 seconds I've been running video. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know that people are listening. That's why we're here. Good morning. Did you want to grab a yellow flyer? Well, you think you're okay, but you got a jury service form. You don't know what your rights are. You don't know how important you are as a citizen of the United States of America who is being given a chance to serve based on the foundations of our country. Okay? The idea that you get to use your conscience to judge whether somebody committed a crime, whether their crime was a good crime or a bad crime, whether there was a crime even at all. Do you know that by serving on a jury, you could find somebody innocent? But you're just here to get out of jury service. We want you to serve. Serve with honor as a citizen. Are they just booting people? What's the deal? They just turning them around and saying no jury today? Tell you that you should have called in. He just said they didn't need you. Interesting. They should have gotten. There was free parking for juries.
No, I put the thing in. Charge me $7.
That's fucked.
I thought they fucking doing it.
Yeah, that sheet that they gave you is supposed to give you information on free.
Yeah, it did. It said reduced rate.
Wow. Gotcha. If you're here for jury service or you're a defendant, please feel free to get a yellow form. Think about what as government employees, what our world looks like in a post-qualified immunity world. I'm enjoying a blessed day, sir. How are you doing today? Well, did you know that you have a right to a jury trial for whatever reason you're here today?
Oh, well, I went in there for you too. I got a question for you. I got caught with this in my garage, in my truck. You took me to the county seat. I got a felony, and I want to put the felony in the building. Get the unit and stuff. Now, what would I should I do?
You should get a lawyer. Now listen, there's probably some pro bono options for you. Guys, some free work. First, the question is, just give me a second. Give me a second, folks. Enjoy the picture.
and I guarantee you, I'll kick your ass one-on-one.
Okay, thank you.
Huh? You're under federal investigation.
Of course I am. Of course I am. Don't forget to get your jury education sheet, the yellow ones on the side, like on the concrete. They sent you home. Did you know that you have a right to use your conscience? Yeah. Get a good form, man. The information I'm out here giving out, even if they ain't telling you to be here, it's important. Most people want to get out of jury duty. They don't want to serve. I was supposed to be on trial today, but they dropped my case because, you know why? They alleged I put a camera on a cop. I was filming, allegedly. And they dismissed my case because I demanded a jury trial. Yes. Okay, I have a right to free speech and to film. You're on camera. You're on camera.
You know what I got? Federal investigation.
Okay.
Arrest you at any time I want.
If you're here for jury service,
What?
please know there are yellow forms for you to pick up. If you are here as the accused, there are yellow forms for you to pick up. Know the role of a jury. Know your rights as the accused. The most American thing that you can do is serve on a jury trial. The most American thing you can do is demand your peers judge you. Do not fall into the system. Do not become part of the money process. Prosecute and pay. I am 3-0 today. The government accused me of filming a police officer. And by the time we got to jury trial, they dropped the charges. They just kicked you out too? Good morning.
Good morning. Do you know what type of courthouse this is?
Yeah, this is the courthouse. Are you called for jury or maybe a defendant? Are they accusing me of doing something wrong? Which you know what the jury does. No victim, no crime. Demand a jury trial. I'm 3-0. They accused me of filming cops. Arrested me. I was in jail. Good morning, sir. Are you here for jury service?
What service?
Jury? Are you here to serve on a jury?
Okay. This is Jake.
Yeah, this is the jail over here in courthouse here. Demand a jury trial. You have a limited amount of time to secure jury. 3 times I've been arrested. 3 times they dismissed my case because I held my ground all the way to jury trial. Yeah? Good morning. Whether you're here as the accused or whether you're here for jury service, you know about the most patriotic thing that a person can do. That's demand that the people, not the government, no victim, no crime. 3 times I've been arrested. 3 times they dismissed my case last year. 520. Where are you going? And jury trial, depending on your case, you have to pay up front like the first 15, 20 days. It's like $20. Downstairs room 106. Might be 25. This video clock's really weird. Good morning. Know your rights. Whether you're the accused or you're here for jury service. Jury plays an important role. Morning, sir. If jury information you're here as an accused or to serve on a jury, know the rights and role of a jury in the country today. 3-0. I don't want to predict the future. 3-0 against this government because I keep demanding a jury trial. 3-0 because I demand that I'm judged by my peers. 3-0 because this government keeps arresting people without a valid reason. 3-0 because you're called to serve on a jury, you have a right to use your conscience. And this government probably not going to let you in the courthouse without shoes on. I hope they kick you out because it's a violation of your rights. But it's in Chief Justice Directive 19-1. Last night, so I could get up to this. It's like 8 o'clock, so my guy's passed out. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here for a jury trial, please grab a yellow sheet. If you're here because the government has accused you of being a bad person, please grab a yellow sheet. I am here today, 3-0 against the government because I continue to demand a jury trial. The jury trial is the most American thing you can demand. They have accused me of saying things like, fuck the police, and put me in jail for it. But a jury would never convict me, so they're forced to drop my charges. They have arrested me for thinking that I was filming police officers.
But Jesus loves you.
Jesus does love me. Jesus changed my life over a decade ago when I dropped crack cocaine out of my life. However, the government and Jesus don't have a relationship. And I'll know why, because there's a fence 5 blocks up where 200 people lived. And while 100 of them were at their jobs, the government came in and put everything they owned into garbage trucks and took it to the landfill. So if you're here today because you're accused or because you've been called to serve on a jury, serve. We, the people, need to use our voices. Talk to this woman, 5 years fighting, right here. Right? Last name. No, they dropped my case. 3 times. 3 different charges. Every time I go to the trial, Hey folks, if you're here to serve on a jury, or if you're accused, please get a yellow sheet. The jury service is the most American thing you can do today. It's the opportunity of we, the people, to judge the government. And if you're accused, it is your chance to demand that your peers judge you. I stand here today instead of being inside, 3-0 against this government because I demanded a jury trial every time. Everything you do is important. Thank you, Chi-Town Citizen, Alpha Man, Chris Marcus. Y'all having fun in here. I can see Lady Zanga. 3-0! I am 3-0 against the city of Denver because I demanded a jury trial. I am 3-0 because I demanded that my peers judge me. Not the courts. I am 3-0. Not guilty. Time to do some more chalking, folks. I'm gonna have you come with me to hang out, tell the story, educate the people. that you can do. As a U.S. citizen, you have a right to hold the Constitution of the United States in high regard. You have a right to hold the Constitution of the United States up and be proud of it. Denver versus Loma, 0-3. Know what the jury does for you. That's right. Denver versus Loma. I'm 3-0 because I keep demanding a jury trial. Get your jury info today, folks. Whoop, 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 whoop. Excuse me, Sheriff. Is that parallel parking? That is actually a pretty good job. That one is not. Quick question, sir. How about you, sir? Which of these cars is doing a better job of parallel parking? He's got his dog out. Public opinion, folks. Is that parallel parked or is that parallel parked? What would you prefer? All right. We've done our damage. We've done our day. We've done our job. I suppose I need to take a few pictures. It's a beautiful morning. Oh, I love this camera. This tripod makes me so fucking happy. I'm just ecstatic, folks. Sorry, I'm just texting my text messages so I can take some pictures so I can tell you that I invited a whole shitload of people to come here today. And I was kind of sad that they didn't. But such is life. We'll figure these things out. Sorry, folks. Know your rights as a jury. Know your rights as the accused. Get a jury to back you. Might just get your case dismissed. Know your rights. Know what a jury does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a walk. Did you eat breakfast yet? Okay. Oh. Might as well stay quit. I mean, seriously, right? Like, the sex will be better. Your lungs will be exercised. It might. Right? I quit and I picked it back up on accident. Only at night when I'm drinking, but yeah, I got to stay quit. So I'm telling you from experience, like, don't ask for a cigarette, stay quit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, that's like, it's like if drinking was an issue, then don't drink. So don't drink again, right? I gave up drinking for 5 years, changed my life. It helped me get rid of crack cocaine too. Yeah. So you're out. Today's the day. Don't do the dumb stuff that you did before. Want and need are two different things, right? I mean, you ain't seen your old lady in how long? Every time you want a cigarette, go take care of her. No, I mean, quit. Every time you want a cigarette, go take care of her. Keep it interesting. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Sure. I haven't sanitized or anything in a while.
That's okay. I got Jesus.
You got Jesus cooties. Oh, good God. Hold on. Wait a second, folks. Because, you know, if you got Jesus cooties, you got to be on camera.
Okay, I got Jesus.
Okay.
May the Lord guide you, keep you, protect you. Okay? See you in all your ways. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you.
Love your testimony.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Wonderful,
testimony.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Yes. It's so weird. We have to do that. I forget so much. It's been all about the anger at night. We miss the beauty of the day. Look at that, folks. That was beautiful. So they just making you wait outside?
Yeah.
Call in?
Yeah.
So the courts aren't open even though they're supposed to be having jury trials. Oh my God. That's so cray-cray. I just said that too. Crazy. Oh, people are calling into their court dates. They're just calling in right now. The courts are not open. The jury's getting sent away. Oh, did you want a jury flyer form? Okay. 3-0 as of today. I was supposed to have a jury trial this morning. And for the third time, I've demanded a jury trial and they've dismissed my charges before getting to trial because I should have never been arrested in the first place. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, not everybody's got the fortitude. Reasonable fortitude is different. So be an educated juror. 1-800-TELL-JURY. Right? Know your rights. So I'm going to keep the cameras on because I'm going to go up 14th Street. And we're going to see what's going on over there at the encampment. So this guy's just blowing all the poop onto the ground with into the bike lane. It's really quite disgusting, I have to tell you. Because he's basically just blowing the poop into the water, into the sewage system, and instead of throwing it in the trash. So I don't know who contracts this piece of land right here, this parking lot, and the space between the bike lane and the parking lot to clean it and to blow it. But this man right here is blowing poop and trash into the streets to go straight into the sewers and not cleaning up the waste debris. And I think that's a bad use of taxpayer dollars, one way or the other. Okay, now that highlight's done. Whoa! Loud music. Seatbelts. All the things that we need to do. Hi. Anybody wish y'all folks a happy Fuck the Cops Day?
Happy Fuck the Cops Day. That's what's up. I'll fuck the cops.
They were kind of sketched out at first. And then I was like, happy Fuck the Cops Day. This guy doesn't know where they're going. Or he's just not paying attention. Driving around without his eyes on the road. There's the illustrious fence. God bless our government. Protecting the grass more than the people. So there's New Year's over there. Sorry, folks, trying to get the gimbal working right.
not talking about man. Listen, stay out of my conversation. I'm not talking about you. Oh,
Good morning. Can you tell me what's going on here today?
Just out here helping out.
What are you helping out?
Just helping folks that, are either, wanting to clean up their campsite or might be on the move ahead of, the city's potential enforcement.
So was there any tagging on this location? Did the city provide notice, or are they here to move people?
The city's not here, and I haven't seen any tagging in the little while.
Like, you know what I mean? The cards that say, like, this property must be
I haven't
moved?
seen any of that as I've been walking around.
Okay. I appreciate it. I had some lawyers reaching out, so we're just kind of curious. Thank you. So, folks, what's going on here? It looks like just it's a voluntary move right now. Nobody's been given notice. Good morning, sir. Can I ask, have you been given notice to move by the Denver police? No? Okay. Thank you. Just rumors. I got a camera, but you're not on camera, right? I'm just gathering evidence for the attorneys.
Yeah, personally, they never came by. One of the guys from the library came by and said that there was a notification on the internet saying that we were supposed to get off the property by the 3rd today. That's all I heard.
A notification on the internet.
Yep.
But you didn't search the internet for
Don't
notifications
have nothing for it.
because they're supposed to come tell you directly.
Right. Yeah, so I heard the information from a guy from the library.
And how long have you been living out here, might I ask?
Pretty much like a good month and a half.
Good month and a half. Are you working? How about anybody in your camp able to find work in this day and age right now? Okay. What's the groups in the neighborhood that have been helping with services?
I'm telling you the truth, I really ain't been paying too much attention to it.
Okay.
Just in and out, you know.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Morning, ma'am. How you doing today? I got the camera facing the clothes over here. I'm wondering if I can ask a few questions. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, if the police have been here, if there's been notification. Haven't been here, okay. How about you, ma'am?
Yeah, my clothes don't like being recorded.
I apologize. I didn't know if you wanted me to record you,
kidding, no.
so I was being
No, I
considerate to
prefer
put the fence.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So, can I ask some questions?
Sure.
How long have you been out here?
Like here in particular?
Yeah,
In this spot?
in this spot.
Like for 2 days.
3 days. Have you heard any notifications of the police coming or people getting tagged?
Just no, I haven't been notified by the police myself. I haven't heard them notify anyone.
Okay, and you say 3 days ago. So is that Wednesday? Were you down at the Capitol?
No, I was not. I
Okay,
did hear about the melee, but no, I wasn't there.
okay. So are you planning on staying or moving?
Staying here?
Uh,
Well, I mean, I typically not coming out here. I come out for the east.
Gotcha, okay.
Colorado.
Okay, so you're just out helping out.
Huh?
You're out helping out today.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm just doing what I do.
Gotcha.
People, so.
All right. All right, well, thank you very much. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm well. Are you one of the neighborhood service providers?
I am.
I'm Brian. I'm obviously recording the fence at this time, but I was asked to get some information to come out and kind of get some info on the ground. Have you seen any city placards with time, dates, 48-hour or 7-day notices anywhere in here that indicates that the city is evicting this encampment?
I was wondering that this morning. I haven't seen any notices.
Okay.
No.
What have you heard?
The only thing I've heard is that by the 6th, which is what, Friday,
Yeah.
Thursday,
Yeah.
that, hey, we're going to try to sweep everything and take everything away. So there's things going on at this. What I've also heard is there's administration coming back to the building today, so that they needed to get stuff assessed and people need to start leaving because folks are coming back to the school today. That's
But if my question is really focused on these constitutional and the settlements questions.
Yeah.
So you're saying that there's allegations that by the 6th of August 2020, all of this needs to be opened up so the school can open up. But the city hasn't even put a 48-hour notice
I agree.
or a 7-day notice because there's more than 10 encampments here.
That's right.
Okay, so these are the...
Civil rights violation.
It's a civil rights violation. And you're a service provider, so you know roughly how many people do you think have lived on this block?
Over 100.
Over 100 for the last month, 2 months.
Yeah, ever since they got dislocated from the cathedral property. So that's probably been about 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically just move a block over. And the cathedral's been pretty clear because there's, and we'll go show that to you folks on the way over. There's fence posts and there's green party fencing to keep people from living in the city's owned property, the easement between the sidewalk and the fence. And since they're closing down the National Western Convention Center and they're not opening up the Welton Street luxury properties for these people to live in, we're really asking the same questions over and over again. Where do they go? So thank you, sir. Oh, do you have a card on you that I could have some info off camera by chance?
I don't.
Here. I'm going to give you one of these, I think. Just because I'm online and live. If you might have a chance, a couple of attorneys have been asking about all the things so they can file some suits.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
The violations of the settlement. Thank you. So here we go. As you can see, folks, we're just walking by space after space here. Block after block. Oh, there's a half peg left. So here's what the Catholic Church did to make sure that nobody would move in. As they put in these stakes and fencings around their property. Right, so this is the Catholic Church. And this is Maury Elementary. They're proud to be a green school. And there's the layout, right? All these people down the street. There's more than 10 of them. So instead of doing a sweep, instead of putting up notices, instead of doing all the legal things, they're just putting out the vibes to get people to do it voluntarily. Which they'll do because nobody wants to go to jail. And nobody wants their property taken. And to remember that my case, see what they're doing? They're just moving down the street, see? Just move over there. So, I'm taking news. I'm a YouTuber. I'm Cut The Plastic.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I do a lot of community action and outreach. I've been yelling at them for the last week about the fence. I just got my case dismissed today, 3-0 against the city and county of Denver. But you won't hear that on the news. So, my attorney. Oh, nice. Good job. Yeah, state's evidence, right? Or I mean, the people's evidence. We need this. We need this. They're violating all the federal settlements.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing it live. If you're in Denver, please get your butts down here. I gotta go to work. I've been at it for 2 hours already. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you. No, man. Hey, let me just end this.